Welcome to Array Mindplay. It is a sorting algorithm for all large sums of data, which can be sorted from ascending to descending order. It's almost like an exchange method. It can be used, for example, seating people in a theater.
This is the sorting algorithm. Our selection sort is going in descending order. Our index is called A, and in A of 1 we have the card A, the ace, and it is representing the number 1. A of 2 we have 4, A of 3 we have 8, A of 4 we have Q, A of 5 we have 7. By the end of this algorithm, we want the highest number to be first in A of 1 and the lowest number being ace to be in A of 5. Now we have A of 1 as Q, A of 2 as 8, A of 3 as 7, A of 4 as 4, A of 5 as 1. Our algorithm has now been sorted. This is a Delphi form for selection sort. Consists of 3 buttons: input, output, and sort. We have a rich edit box that we name red display. This rich edit box displays numbers from the output and the sort. This is the code for the beginning of selection sort and for the input box. Above implementation and above the first variables, VAR, we have ages equals array 1 to 5 of integer. Under variables, there is already form 1 declared to tform1 by the computer automatically. As a student, you input A declared to ages. Under implementation, we start the procedure of the input box. Under variables, we make k into an integer. We declare it as an integer. Then we begin the procedure with a for loop of k assigned to the value 1 to 5. We begin the for loop with a of k assigned to the value string to int input box, title being ages, subtitle enter age, and where you input the numbers, give an example of 5. Then we end the for loop, and for notes purposes, we put 2 forward slashes and a 4 so we know that it's the end of the for loop. Then we end the procedure.
This right here is our output code. Underneath procedure, as you can see, there's VAR. VAR stands for variable. Underneath there, we've declared k as an integer. Then we begin. Underneath begin, we have our for loop. We said, for k assigned to the value of 1 to 5 do. Then we begin again. Underneath the begin, we have our red display code, which is reddisplay.lines.add. This is where we ensure that the numbers that we input in input are outputted in the rich edit, which we have called red display.
This is the selection sort code. In variables, we have 3 variables, k, j, and c, all declared to integer. We begin our selection sort program with a for k loop. For k is assigned to the value 1 to 4. We begin the for k loop with a for j loop. For j is assigned to the value of k plus 1 to 5 do.
Okay. After begin, we have an if-then statement. If a of k is smaller than a of j, then begin. After begin, we have the selection sort program. CAB on the left-hand side and ABC on the right-hand side. C is an empty box. A carries A of K and B carries A of J.
C is acting as the empty box in this example. A is acting as the number 2 and B as the number 1. So is A less than B? This is not true, so therefore the numbers do not swap. But if A, for example, were 1 and B 2, the numbers would swap, and they'd swap in a certain order. A would move to C. And B would move into A's place. Now the empty box is B, but we want C to be the empty box in the end. So the number from there moves to B. And now A and B are filled and C remains empty.
Selection sort form when it's running. You have your input, output and sort button. You click on input and then you enter 5 digits. Then you click on output to show them on the red display. 9, 5, 65, 2 and 1. And then we click on sort to arrange them in descending order, and then you click on output to output them again. And 65, 9, 5, 2 and 1 are in descending order.